we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co.
Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house,
line. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. from 7 to 9.
All right, good morning and welcome in here on this Friday morning. This LSU versus Arkansas game day eve. 24 hours.
Time to suckle a pig.
24 hours from right now, you should be out on campus tailgating. 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, getting ready
That's too early.
to roast some pigs. And
Speaking of row,
speaking of roast,
Uh-huh.
Rohan Davey will be joining us 8:30 this morning. We also have Glen West at 8 a.m. to talk LSU versus Arkansas. Frank Wilson's comments from yesterday's press conference and the quarterback position, obviously. As you know, it's going to be a two-man game, or is it? As yesterday, the big news that came out was Frank Wilson informing us all that Nussmeier had re-aggravated his injury,
my belly hurts.
and he is probable for the game, was the word that he used. We do have some sound from Frank's presser that we will get to this morning as well.
Damn it.
Last night, LSU men's basketball took the court and won 98-81, so they were able to fill up the score sheet and get up to 98 points. I think the highest total they've gotten to this season, I believe. They've been at 98, 93, and 96 in their first three games.
Okay.
As FIU only scores 81. Markel Sutton had 19 points, 12 rebounds. Nwoko with 19 points as well. And then you also had McKinnon score 17, DJ Thomas score 15, Jalen Reed with 10 off of the bench. It was not an overly impressive win. I think the first half was pretty underwhelming. LSU was leading by 5 at halftime, and FIU kind of hung around a good bit. But then the second half, the Tigers pulled away and won the second half by 12 points to win by 17 overall. We will get into that as well. We'll also talk to Glen West about some LSU men's basketball as well. But good morning to all of you. We appreciate everybody getting in here, starting their morning with us.
It's Friday.
And what I also want to say is a little congratulations. As Sabrion Green hopped in the chat this morning, he said, "Well, boys, tomorrow I'll be a married man and officially signing my life away." That is one way to look at it, Sabe.
Yeah, very positive.
I'm going to wish you
going in.
congratulations on your wedding tomorrow, Sabrion.
We have Begus have a
baby.
little baby Begus.
Babies.
Little baby Begus.
Little baby
And now
Begus.
we have Sabe getting married.
Getting hitched on a game day.
Actually,
I mean,
Sabe, you could have picked
worked out pretty great.
No, it did work out well.
worked out great.
Worked out pretty well.
I guess you get married in the night.
Depends on what
We're
kind
gonna
of.
ask him. I mean,
Yeah,
he'll tell
Sabe, what
us.
time's your wedding?
Yeah, you can watch the game and then
I think it's like late
You
after.
watch the game, pre-game your wedding with some LSU versus Arkansas.
I definitely watched UGA beat us in Austin with Tim Riggins. Remember Tim Riggins from Friday Night Lights?
Mm-hmm.
In a bar before my best friend from high school's wedding. And do not remember the wedding because the beating.
because Tim Riggins.
And then also Tim Riggins was there.
Yeah.
So I kind of lost my mind. Good boy, what a star. He was so powerful in that show.
My cousin got married during an Arkansas game. It was after LSU lost to Alabama. This is why I loathe these games, because it's usually over, right? Like, how many times has LSU beaten Alabama and you look forward to an Arkansas game?
Right.
Very rarely. And so it was one of those where we were all like, oh, I guess we'll go to a wedding. Everybody had their phone out. There was a TV on the wall, and we're all just watching LSU get absolutely drummed.
Yes.
And it's like, well, good luck to y'all. Nobody, bride and groom. Like, nobody's in a good mood.
Y'all are fucking,
Everybody's pissed off.
y'all are fucking doomed.
Everybody's angry.
I think they're still married.
I feel like y'all calls this
Davis.
a pox up on your
There you go, Sabron at 5:30 p.m.
Smart
So
man.
He'll
Oh,
have,
you'll be proper shit-faced.
Yeah.
he'll have a nice morning of LSU football.
A mimosa and a
which
bump.
which will roll into his wedding tomorrow night. Congratulations to you, Sabrion. We appreciate you obviously spending every morning with us and excited for your next journey in life.
Nuptials.
Do what?
Nuptials.
Your nuptials, yes.
I hope she never finds out you spend so much time with us.
I hope she listens.
It would be
in the car.
It's a great way to spend time.
I'll raise your child. I'll rear your child.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Because Saber's on this journey with us.
He is.
We
No,
went
he's right here
from
with
I
us
just
every
don't know
single
why
morning.
you're raising the child now.
Yeah.
in the car on the way to school.
That is the last thing that needs to happen.
Oh, yeah, not you.
But like we said, 8 a.m. this morning, Glen West, 8:30 a.m., Rohan Davey. So the second hour will be full of LSU football knowledge as we'll get an LSU versus Arkansas preview and really talk about this quarterback situation because I think yesterday alerted a lot of people when they heard the news that Garrett Nussmeier has will be listed as probable and has aggravated a reoccurring issue. What I will say and what I will ask in the chat and in the room, level of surprise 1 through 10 when the announcement came out yesterday via Frank Wilson that Garrett Nussmeier had re-aggravated an injury. Obviously, it wasn't something that was known about. Like, it's not like we knew that it was going to be said. But there was some speculation, perhaps, if it was going to be handled a certain way, this could be a direction it goes.
A soft benching.
And Lloyd,
Quiet quit.
Lloyd, I believe you may have been one of the ones saying, hey, this could be the avenue that it takes. And then I think yesterday you kind of saw that, right?
It's not the worst way to go about it, right? Like, this is something that it was definitely on the table as far as if you're going to continue. You have to give people some sort of hope. It was either a rallying cry for Nuss and we play the Pearl Harbor song again and we do that. And it's like,
right.
Listen, like Frank could pound the table for him, like, hey, this is a guy that's been at LSU for 5 years. I expect y'all to come out and support Garrett Nussmeier and everything he's done for LSU. I know this year hasn't gone the way that you want it to. Or it could be he's been hurt the entire year and that's why he's been off this year. And that is the one thing that I think could save a little bit of his, I guess, draft stock. Is like I would expect to hear more in the offseason about how this whole thing went down, because there is a world in which it can always go back to me, that clip of Brian Kelly saying, I have the same agent as my quarterback does. And it's like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
How tied in are y'all? Like, is
How
there a
conflicted
certain,
are these interests?
right? Like, this is
Exactly.
this is a conflict of interest. And that's where you were. And if he got hurt, and you could just see it on Nuss's face. Like, I shouldn't have done this. And now it's like, okay, this is a means to an end. And if he doesn't play, I don't expect him to ever play again for LSU.
I agree with that take. And because I think right now, if you're Garrett Nussmeier personally, what is the best way to handle this whole situation? Is it to go all in on trying to put film out there and look good in 3 games? Or is it you lean all the way into the injury and then perform well in the pre-draft process and that'll boost your stock?
Well, I mean, this sounds very like leave it to Beaver, but like, what about the third option, which is just a little bit of personal pride?
Well, that's what he's been doing.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Has he?
He's been playing just to play.
No, but like, how much of this is an injury? How much of it isn't? But it was kind of something we talked about yesterday, where it's like, hey, you have a chance. All the pressure's off. This is your chance to step up and just go lead your team and play some football. It's disappointing.
Yeah, no.
Unless he really is very seriously
think he-
hurt, but it just seems very convenient.
I mean, the injury is real. It's been something that's been a problem throughout the season. Obviously, he's had the ups and downs with it. He looked healthier versus Southeastern and then against South Carolina. And then, obviously, I think these later games, he's looked healthier in a sense. But I do think there's an aspect of, like...
Ward, you're being a little hard on the Beaver.
Or just for him, like looking at the future, there's 2 avenues to get drafted, really. You go out there and you play extremely well and look so good, or you lean into the injury, you blame this whole season on that.
You say, look at
Hope
junior
GMs
year.
Say, scratch that, and you perform well in the pre-draft process.
What did you get run a 4-4?
Right. No, you just throw the ball. You have one of those Zach Wilson throws.
God, no.
Because
well,
this is the thing. If he gets healthy at pro day and at the combine,
Oh,
he'll rip
people
the
are-
rock around the field.
I mean, look at what Tyler.
So just go ahead and prepare yourself now.
well, that's what it seems like he's doing.
Right.
guys play.
That's
them.
what I'm saying. And
The NFL draft process
And
is too
so
long.
in that process, right now, like I said, I said it yesterday, what's best for LSU is for Nussmeier to go out on Saturday and play the entire game. Because the game, win or loss, doesn't matter. And so what's best for LSU is for him to just go out there and finish this thing out.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter if you win.
No, but is it what's best for LSU?
Why would it not be? I mean, Van Buren's red shirt is best for LSU. And the best way for him to redshirt would be to not have to get on the field, and the way you don't put him on the field is if Nussmeier goes out there and plays the games. Like, you've already...
Or you roll out 3 straight wins in a bowl game, and you have your starter for next year.
Yeah, but that's not
Because that's where you have to shift your mind to now.
If I'm looking at it right now, 30% Van Buren stays, 70% he leaves, because that's the nature of firing your coach.
I don't think Brian Kelly got him here.
No, me neither. But
There's
what was it?
so
Sloan?
many-
Sloan's not here neither.
I don't know.
And so that's my thing of like, you would be putting
Greenbacks.
You'd be putting all your chips in a basket that is
Not all.
majority of
Some.
not guaranteed to be back. I think LSU should do everything they can to get him back because they
Well,
have
one
no
one
quarterback.
can't come back.
Right, you have no quarterbacks. You didn't take one last year's high school cycle. You don't have one committed in this year's high school cycle, and so you don't have quarterback. You don't have bodies, right? But what would be best for LSU would be for Van Buren to redshirt, just so one, if he does come back, you have just the body in the room. But two, he's got 3 years to play football. And I just think right now where you're at, what's best is for Nussmeier to just roll out there and finish it.
He's not clearly. I don't think it's.
And then
This is a soft,
And so-
like a soft rollout of he's not going to play, right?
And so then now, right. And then now, like, because that was my viewpoint yesterday, was that you need to roll that out. And then obviously in a press conference yesterday,
Re-aggravated.
if you want to play the clip of
course.
Frank talking about, I think it's clip 1.
It is.
Frank talks about the injury, goes through Whitweek, says he's day-to-day. Aaron Anderson will play, Carius Kern will play, and then catches everybody off guard, tossing out this part at the end about Nussmeier being probable and re-aggravating his injury.
Probable, but a little nagging injury reoccurred itself with Garrett Nussmeier today.
What are the chances?
And so I think he's probable, but a little bit concerning, something that we need to monitor and continue to watch with him as we head into the game.
So look, I think right now that is obviously moving in a direction.
Why say it if it's not?
That's the thing. When you hear that, your first thought is going to be what? Here we go. Like,
It's
setting
setting up an
quiet
avenue out.
quit, right?
Yep.
That's what it sounds like. And I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm not putting that on Garrett Nussmeier, but
that was
I
everyone's
remember
first thought.
being a freshman in high school who's getting tired of running suicides, and then this little number right here, like, you know what? My hammies I just pulled it. You know what I do? So I'm just gonna waddle off and not run these last 3 suicides. Like that's what that sounds like. Or you play bad and you blame it on that's what that sounds like from a sense of. Well, he re-aggravated. It's an easy excuse, right? I'm not saying he's not hurt. I'm not saying he didn't re-aggravate it. And I'm not saying he is quiet quitting, but that's just what it sounds like.
But it also gives you the option for things to break either way. You know, so if he goes, he plays, he's being tough. Right, putting
Yeah,
it
but
all
he's
out there
been-
for the team.
I really do think that he needs to tell his side of the story once this year's over. and I don't know if it'll come out in the pre-draft process of how this was mismanaged or managed in terms of what he was expected to do versus what he was capable of doing. Because now does this look bad on him?
It could.
Yeah.
I think
If it's draft day, Tom Ford, and you're in the closet with the Cleveland Browns owner's
your
daughter,
assistant.
and it's like he didn't finish out the year.
I really think what that would come down to, the
Birthday
perspective of that and the way that is viewed,
This
is
is
what
terrible.
what all comes out afterwards, though, because there's a very easy way for Nuss to not look like the villain in this situation. There's easy people to blame. Cokie Riley put out a really good write-up yesterday with The Advocate,
Which is also interesting.
talking with, what was it, like NFL GMs and scouts about the quarterback class and Nussmeier specifically. And so if you haven't read it, I advise going to read it. It was very good. Yeah, great job by Cokie. But, they really, they put some blame on Nussmeier, but they really just kind of blamed, like it looked like the viewpoint around Garrett was different than it is for us.
It was a bad situation.
Right. And like for us, we look at a lot of it, like I'm talking about the LSU fan base, like he's not playing well, which he's not. That is true. But I do think in one line I realized was like they expect these quarterbacks to be superheroes and to make up for everything. I was like, yeah, no, especially us, right? Because these three letters right here, we've seen superheroes, right? You've seen like Jaden Daniels in 2023 was undoubtedly a superhero.
Well, and
Joe Burrow in 2019 was a superhero.
And it was the jump, right? The leap to being a superhero. You saw maybe this could be the guy to holy shit, he's the guy.
Right.
And
the
that Jaden Daniels did it, Joe Burrow did it,
Right.
and then so that was like, have you ever seen an LSU quarterback in year 2? That was the narrative the entire time, and it was an easy one to buy because why wouldn't you? Like Nuss looked good last year, and that's why I do give credence to this. I thought he was hurt the entire time. I truly did because he just was a shell of himself. And I understand that you don't have a left tackle and a right tackle, but the conflation of errors that happened around him, I get the frustration. I do. Because it changed him. It changed his life in a way that, you're going into an Arkansas game in November before Thanksgiving where he's like, I'm good. Like, I'm going to sit. I could sit this out. Whenever you thought you were going to be playing for a playoff spot
Right.
and potentially a bye. And instead, it's my bye week forever.
Right. And Jordan Reed, an NFL draft analyst here in the write-up Cokie put out. Once again, I advise everyone to go read it. Shout out to Cokie Riley from The Advocate. Jordan Reed said, they floated out there that he wasn't hurting, but clearly you could tell that something was definitely hurting him throughout the season. And then Dane Bruler, an NFL draft analyst at The Athletic, said he has looked more and more conservative each game to the point where it's hurting the offense. There's a third down right before halftime against Alabama where he had the backside dig open. He just couldn't find it, couldn't pull the trigger.
Oh, he found it.
He's averaging a full yard less in yards per attempt this year.
He's averaging a full 100 yards less a game.
Right. And Cokie continued on to say multiple factors have contributed to Nussmeier's struggles. His sudden inability to make plays downfield with his arm. It starts with LSU's offensive line. They talk about that some more as well. Bruler continues on to say, one of Nussmeier's best qualities is his ability to navigate muddy pockets, but the constant pressure has just really diminished his trust in the protection. One of the areas that scouts really loved about Nussmeier was that short memory where he would get over a mistake and come back firing. That's not what we've seen from him this year. Jordan Reed also continued to say, schematically, they're doing a lot of quick throws, and whenever you're hurt or you don't have that trust in the scheme and or your offensive line, you're going to get the ball out much quicker than what you would have. And so just kind of continuing to discuss all of those issues that have all played a factor, right? And so the news right now is that Nussmeier has the reoccurring injury has flared up, as you heard Frank talk about it. and he will be listed as probable for this football game against Arkansas tomorrow morning. And I'm going to be very interested to see what it ultimately looks like. Frank did continue on to talk about Van Buren, what he's seen from him at practice, and said that Nuss has been the starting quarterback all week, and they're going to continue to evaluate him and see what the next few days have in store. Obviously today and then tomorrow before the game. Not like you have a very long time to prepare before the game because the kick is at 11:45 in the morning.
In the morning tomorrow.
Do what?
It's in the morning tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so
I don't know what you're doing on a Thursday that you could re-injure yourself
The twist.
sure.
and shout.
Guess it also could have been Wednesday. I mean, did he say specifically it was yesterday? I don't remember.
No, but I
listening
mean,
closely, but that's neither here nor there. We'll see what it ultimately looks like. I think there were some other question or answers in the presser. Clip 2, as well as clip 3, Lloyd. If we want to just play both of those, roll right into one another. It's Frank Wilson talking about this week in the starting quarterback situation, and then obviously the way they will handle Garrett moving forward ahead of tomorrow morning. And I think that's the most interesting part about all this is the timeline, right? This injury, this flare-up of the injury gets announced on a Thursday evening, right? At around, 5 p.m. when the presser happens. They play 11:45 on Saturday, right? So he's got to rest the rest of that night. He's got all day Friday where I guess they can see where he's at. It's not like there's a lot of time for things to change, which is, I think, is probably the biggest thing that would make you assume he's out, right?
that's what I was going to say. You don't announce it like this and roll it out into the public forum if it's very clear that I don't think that it's the direction they want to go moving
I
forward.
should have said that he's still probable. He's still probable.
No, I appreciate Frank being candid, honestly. Like, to be like, look, he re-aggravated injury. It may not be the whole truth, but it's a part of the truth, as opposed to you go to Saturday morning and it's not Nuss, right? Like, this whole thing has been thinly veiled with parts of the truth about Nussmeier. He's on the other side of it. He is.
Right.
He's getting better. And it's like, no, he's not. He's clearly hurt. And so for this to be like a re-aggravation is just an announcement of this whole thing has been hampering him for the entire year.
100%. I mean, you've seen it with your eyes.
Yeah, my eyes don't lie to me. It doesn't lie to anybody that's watched. Like, it's not like I'm some fucking savant.
No,
just can see.
Go look at. I'm telling, like the throw that encapsulates it all. Chris Hilton is running down the sideline, wide open, against Ole Miss, and Nuss just physically cannot get. He goes to throw, and it's like a crunch where he's like, ugh.
He
It
wants
looked
to.
painful. And so it's the injury, it's the way it was handled from a staff perspective, and the fact that the offensive line we knew was going to be bad was bad. And
Which leads me to think about the entire Any Given Saturday. Like, was this just the only way it could go? And one injury conflated a firing of your offensive coordinator, your head coach, because you were tied to one man. Like, the whole season was kind of dictated off of Nussmeier, right?
Right.
Once
Yeah,
he announced he
That's
was
why we
coming
all had the
back.
panic attack leading into the Clemson game with the
Yes,
report of the knee.
the knee.
The knee.
I need it.
We did need it.
Fonz, do y'all think LSU can use the mismanagement of this injury as part of the clause against
No.
DK? I do not think so.
No. There's other ones, though.
I don't think this is anything that can be used against Brian Kelly, the management of Nussmeier's injury. But we'll see how it rolls out. Here is Frank Wilson talking about the way they've used the starting quarterback reps this week, what it'll look like potentially tomorrow, as well as Garrett's week moving forward after announcing the injury. Like I said, it's not anything in depth. You're not really going to learn too much, but if you want, it's good for you to hear it, and maybe you can try to read between some lines if they are there. So here's Frank talking about the quarterback spot.
So today's practice, Garrett was the starter. Has been all week. We'll continue to monitor his situation to see how he is. If we have to start Michael, if it got down to that, we feel that he's fully capable of doing so. But as of today, Garrett will be the starter going into the game, and we'll monitor his progress as we move forward. We have to monitor him. We have to nurture him. We have to care for him to allow him to be at his very best on Saturday. Our doctors, our trainers have been are all on top of that to do the things necessary to allow him to have some pain tolerance and give him the things necessary to have relief.
I mean, I'll take pain pill nuts.
So
I saw it against Oklahoma last year.
Yeah, we saw it against Oklahoma. Whatever they shot into that collarbone was impressive.
He's elite.
But yeah, no,
That's my knee.
That's the order of operations. Frank said that they've got Nussmeier the starter all week. He will be the starter on Saturday, barring anything that comes up as they continue to monitor him. They're going to monitor him, nurture him, take care of him, to continue to get him in the position. And I think him, like I said, him playing quarterback for LSU on Saturday and to close out this season is what's best for LSU moving forward. It gets you through the year. He's gotten you to this point. Just finish it out.
Well, they're telling you that's not what's going to happen.
And then, but what they're saying is it doesn't look like it's moving that direction. And I'm not going to say that that's this overall bad thing, because from a fan perspective, I would love to see Van Buren go out there. I said it after Saturday, after the Alabama game. I would love to see a full week of Van Buren with the ones and 4 quarters of him playing quarterback, rather than getting tossed in the second half against Alabama in high leverage spots when he didn't really get the full work with the ones. And once again, he didn't this week either, right? I mean, he just said Garrett's been the starter all week. But he's obviously had increased work over the last 2 weeks of preparation.
This is a fucking mess.
No, I mean, that's what I said when you heard on Tuesday morning. My viewpoint after the press conference where he said you're going to play both was that it was going to be a mess. There was no way LSU was going to handle this in a way that wasn't going to be messy.
But because you go from the obvious question of, Prez, which I do love the nickname,
Mm-hmm.
Van Buren.
Michael Martin Van Buren?
Yes. Has one more game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how should you handle the redshirt situation? And the previous week going into Alabama, is like he's getting more reps than he ever has. And then you have him play at the end of the Alabama game. And you go into it, as I would imagine, that those reps haven't been divvied up more. I'd imagine they're still doing the same amount of, or if not more, practice reps for Van Buren, because he said, well, look, we'll empty the clip.
Right.
Essentially is what he said. And we're not concerned about a red shirt. And then so if you have Nussmeier that's getting first team reps or starter reps, and now he's hurt with less opportunity to play, and you have a quarterback that is considering my future also, yeah. Good job. I mean, Frank has been dealt and
that's the thing.
2-7 offsuit.
That's what I was about to say. The biggest thing all of this tells me is, can we sim to the offseason, please? Just turn the page. Because and I know that you don't want to make games seem meaningless. I'm not saying that they are. I'm going to be in Tiger Stadium tomorrow morning to watch this football game. I'm still going to cheer. I'm still it's going to be it's still LSU football at the end of the day. I still love it regardless. But it's just
but you're
this
close
season,
to it,
right, has been so exhausting from all of the standpoints and the way things have been managed, talked about, the play on the field. So many things have just not gone right and just continue to be a mess. And this, once again, just feels like another chapter of the mess. And
I'm tired of reading the book.
like it's at that point where it's just like, you know what? I know I'm not finished with the book yet, but close it and put it, like, just get this over with. Because that's where it's at right now. Like, just get this thing over with. Turn the movie off. Walk out of the theater. Close the book.
You can't.
Like, just stop. Because it just, and I don't think ever in my life I have ever felt this strongly about just get it over with. Like last year after the Florida game, the season was over. You were done. But I didn't feel like this going into Vanderbilt. We were in a dark spot because you had just lost, 3 straight games. Underwood decommitted, and you were in a dark place. And then you rattle off a win against Vandy. Then you take down Oklahoma. Then you go beat Baylor, and it's like, oh, everything, like.
It's the ultimate show up to work move.
Right.
It was like, oh, shit, I got to start studying for the test. Let's see if I can save my GPA. And they did. And like, okay,
Right.
maybe this is a promising student. And that's tied into Sloan. It's tied into Nussmeier. It's tied into BK. And this is the end of an era, right?
Yes, and that's, I think that's the reason why I'm so ready to close the book.
That's why you want to sim forward.
Is because I know that mess is done.
They're
right?
all tied together.
Regardless
all
of
3 of them are gone at this point. Those 3 that have been the mess: BK, Sloan, Nuss. And it's not a disrespect or a shot at Nuss, because I do genuinely appreciate him sitting and sticking through and waiting behind, getting his opportunity and playing well last year and coming back when he didn't have to. As much as it's been a rough year, I genuinely appreciate it. But when you look at 2025 just specifically, there's been 3 things that have been the mess, and it's been Sloan, it's been BK, it's been Nussmeier. They've never been on the same page. It's been drama. It's been a soap opera. And I know once the season's over, that is done, because BK was fired, I think. Sloan was fired, I'm pretty sure. And Nuss doesn't have eligibility. That I know for sure.
Wait, was Sloan fired? Did he have the authority to do that?
I think. That's what I'm saying. I think those 2 are fired. I know Nuss can't come back.
deactivate his key.
And so that's just the position.
Take his thumbs away.
That's the position you're at right
it's
now.
MI5. They're not.
Where it's just like, turn the page, get the new head coach in here. Let's get that thing going. You know what I mean? Because that's the real reason why you're in the mindset of fast forward, is because you know
This is not.
season 2 of this show
The show must go on.
it's got to improve, right? It's going to get better. That's the hope, is that when you bring in the new coach,
Introduced a lot of new characters
yeah, like it's going to be a whole new
that
cast.
I didn't want,
Right, and so
but got rid of a bunch of characters I didn't want to see any more of.
right.
It's a rewrite.
It's one of those big seasons in The Walking Dead,
Yeah,
where they eradicate the one set of villains and they introduce the whole new set of villains.
Right.
and you have
Let,
no
let's
protagonist.
go. I'm so sick of that guy that was running the colony with the hair
Cole.
and smugness. Let's get rid of him and let's let the guy beat us over the head with a baseball bat.
And so now the light at the thing is, the
And that's
light
Arkansas.
If you want to be
I
happy,
don't care who it is.
I do think, in talking about this game, and like I said, we'll continue to talk about it through hour 2 with Glen West of 247 Sports and Rohan Davey, everyone's favorite LSU quarterback, at 8 a.m. and 8:30.
I mean, Cole
I
Adams.
do think
Sloan made over $250,000, so Scott couldn't fire him either, according to the bylaws. I mean, that's the murkiest situation in which LSU is operating right now, aside from the quarterback room.
A lot of murky.
but it's in a positive place.
Oh,
Regardless of who plays quarterback, I think LSU's got a really good chance at winning tomorrow, because Arkansas, not a very good team, defense abysmal. But one answer that I really liked from Frank Wilson
Really good at one thing.
was clip 7. That was in his opening statement. So this was not a response that was introduced from a question. This was him on his own. And it's just a piece of the opening statement, because one thing I've learned about Frank is his opening statements are like 5-6 minutes long. He went into the history of LSU Arkansas and this year they started
He knows
playing
what
this
he's
year.
talking
I know,
about.
it's impressive. But I loved this part of his answer. This is Frank Wilson talking about the LSU offense going into tomorrow's matchup.
the red zone, the white zone, the blue zone from the 12 all
whatever
the
you
way down to the 14, to the 13, all the way down to the 6, to the 5, and then from the 4 all the way in, we identify as red, white, and blue. And having plays and being creative and trying to find a way to get that ball in the end zone, it has to happen. It has to happen in this week. It's a non-negotiable for us. We have to score a touchdown. That is our charge. And since practice on Monday all the way until today, we've made that an emphasis. And so hopefully we're able to see the results of that this weekend. I think we will, because we've had some success in it throughout the duration of the week. We've been intentional in our approach and getting better in those scenarios, in those areas of the game. We've been efficient of getting plays in, getting plays out, and how that we communicate, whether that is through the headpiece, whether that is through hand signals, whether that is being wristband, just giving ourselves every opportunity to be as efficient as we can be as a football team, specifically offensively, but not just exclusively to that, because we want our defense playing fast and being on point as well.
Shout out to Frank Wilson, because you saw, I mean, he's
frustrated too.
He's frustrated. Like, you saw it come out right there. It was like, it has to happen.
Something's got to give.
If that's not something a head coach wants to say,
Right.
And we tend to see
Of
this,
course
hey,
not.
we're really going to focus on scoring some touchdowns this week. That's something we need to kind of get down
That's
to.
what happens when you get down.
We're Iowa
what?
football.
You got down there 4
What?
times against Alabama.
You shouldn't have to say
and
that.
you left with 9 points. You almost scored 9 points by going down one time and scoring a touchdown, 7-9, or 7-8-9, and so you have to get in the end
6,
zone.
7,
And
8,
those are the
9.
things that I knew was going to happen. Looking at this game tomorrow, there are a few things that are going to play a huge factor. Number one, that you have to get in the end zone and score touchdowns. And Arkansas's defense is bad, so you have to be able to capitalize and take advantage of that, which means when you get into the red zone,
Blue zone.
the blue zone, the
Green
white zone,
White zone I've never heard.
the green zone,
That's just having the ball.
you need to get into the end zone and score touchdowns, and I do think there will be opportunities for LSU to take advantage of that, and I think there will be times that they do. Because I don't think you'll see an LSU offense that gets down the field and just settles for field goals like they did last weekend.
And I think this is a great way to set the precedent for that, right?
Of course.
Of getting out in front of it and being like, look, because
It should be a nice reset game.
yeah, we were talking about it during the clip a little bit of he tried to beat Alabama straight up. He
Right.
thought they were good enough to be able to go down there and score field goals, and like I'm not going to take that. I'm going to be risk averse, as opposed to
No, we're talented enough to beat them straight up.
Yep. As
have a
opposed to
defensive game plan
because
that
we
can hold them
we
down.
compared it to the last
2021.
Edo's last stand,
Where it's a fake punt, and they went on for it on 4th down 7 times, and like
and that's how Alabama played.
Right,
They
Alabama
played
threw
it like
trick
they
plays and-
they were in the corner. If you're fighting, it's like first round KO. They were trying to avoid it. They were covering up, and it's like you don't have to do all that. But then LSU didn't throw any punches.
Right.
Right.
And so I think first tomorrow, you got to get in the end zone, you got to score touchdowns. The second most important thing, and maybe more important than that,
I think it's the first.
is the quarterback for Arkansas. You have seen time and time again. They did a very good job last season at holding Talon Green in check. I think Talon was shaken up last season, if I remember correctly. He's been excellent
He's been
this season.
significantly better this year.
He has been very,
Well, it's
very
the play
good.
caller.
And if there's one thing when you're facing this Arkansas team, led by who?
Bobby P,
Bobby Petrino.
Motorcycle B.
One thing they're
Motorcycle
going to
Bobby.
do is they're going to score point. And Talon Green,
They're gonna hire him.
I mean, what? He's averaging
He's
350 yards
played
by himself?
extremely well.
Total
Like,
offense?
I'm gonna
Against
pull up some of the
everybody.
numbers here. Like against whoever they've played.
I'm pretty sure he's
But
number
they're, like-
2 in the country in terms of
He has been
solo players.
He's been balling this season. Like, I mean, he's got 2,300 yards, 19 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, which isn't anything that jumps off of the page from a passing standpoint. But also,
He's got another factor.
against Notre Dame, 10 carries for 81 yards. Against A&M, 12 carries for 85 yards. You know, those are 2 games against very, very good opponents that he's averaging 7.1 and 8.1 yards per carry.
And if there's been a bugaboo for LSU's defense,
It's been that.
For 3 years.
Like, you have done a very bad job at stopping running quarterbacks. Just look at this season. I mean, just against, who was it? Vanderbilt, Pavia ran everywhere. Reed ran everywhere for A&M. And then now you are matched up with Taylon Green, who's run for 100 yards twice this season. Against Arkansas State, 9 carries for 151 yards. Ole Miss, 14 carries for 115 and a touchdown. Like I said, Notre Dame, 10 for 81. And then obviously 12 for 85 and 2 touchdowns against Texas A&M. The guy can straight up
Play.
He is the
play.
offense.
And so that is, and I agree with Jonathan now looking at it and talking about it more. That's the most important thing you got to do is you have to stop him. And that is something that I was talking to some people about it yesterday.
In the know?
Not in the know.
No.
It was Mike the Tiger.
Just in general.
Omar.
Just sitting next
Talking
to his
about,
cage.
they were asking about the next coach, and I was like, well, you know, the thing with Kiffin is that he holds on to pieces. I was like, might even keep Baker, and they're like, oh, I don't want Baker. I was like, well, why not? I was like, Blake Baker's done a very good job at turning this defense around and giving you a combination. He was like, well, when there's one thing you know you can't stop and you never change your thing to try to stop it, it's like the definition of insanity, huh? And I was like, well, look, I think, one, Blake Baker's done an excellent job, and I love him as the defensive coordinator. Because in 2023, you couldn't stop anything, and now you're a top 20 defensive unit. But when you look at
It's just something that's
the
been
one
super
issue
highlighted.
is that they've just never been able to stop this. It's been something that has continued to be a problem, and so I'm going to be very interested to see how does it look tomorrow against Arkansas in a game where you know your defense, your offense can't score that many points.
They can matriculate.
They can get down the field, give them some breaks, let the defense stay fresh.
Sometimes.
But on third downs or when you get in the red zone, that's when these plays come to bite you, right? It's not the 1st and 10 quarterback scramble for 7 yards. It's when you get to 3rd and 6 or you get to 3rd and 8 or you get to 3rd and 12.
You break down.
And you go all in on the pass rush. And like you said, you over pursue and there's the angles for them to run. And so those two things, LSU has to score, and you've got to stop Taylon Green.
And it's almost like we've taken this test 3 times this season, right? And they've simplified it a little bit with each running quarterback. Like Pavia was the most, like, that's the guy that really carries the team on his back. It was a little bit more dynamic and other things that can kind of beat you with A&M. And now it is just this guy. Right? So it's like, okay, we're just going to just stop that quarterback because there aren't these dangerous guys in the other parts of the field, right? It's just stop this dude.
You just got to stop that guy.
So,
and at the same time, like I said, they've scored a whole bunch of points. They've given up more because they're 2-7. And so...
And you're terrified.
And it sucks going into a game against a 2-7 Arkansas being like...
Yeah.
Because I can paint the picture that Arkansas wins, right? You can't score touchdowns, and you can't stop their quarterback.
And there's an unenthusiastic morning crowd.
And it's 11:45 a.m., and not only an unenthusiastic crowd, a mad crowd, a disappointed crowd. Like I don't know what to expect. I'll be there. I'll be cheering, because... why would I? What am I going to be upset about? The problem is gone. Like, that's my biggest thing. If you're upset about this season, I get it. There's no reason to go boo and get mad. The problem is gone.
We've cut it out.
Like we've solved that problem. Like it is gone. It's gone. Brian Kelly will not coach another game for LSU.
Well,
he won't.
No.
As much as he might not be formally terminated, he will never coach another game for LSU.
Supreme Court that shit. He's
So
not
just get get out of that mindset. Just go cheer. Just go cheer for a football game.
well, and
Right.
do you think that that's part of this announcement is like almost an informal, formal turning of the page to give some of the fan base something to look forward to? Because, I'll just shoot you straight. Like, question.
Answer.
Chances Garrett Nussmeier plays Saturday.
Like percentage-wise?
1 to 10. 10 being he starts, 1 being you don't see him.
50-50.
I would put it right at a 5 right now.
Yeah.
I don't think you make this announcement with the intent of him.
I get
think
that.
they've had a conversation throughout the week
I get
where
that.
it feels like, because I this is, as somebody that loves to
Right.
find a reason to make an excuse, maybe, if you have to, if you really are painted into a corner, and it feels like Nussmeier's been painted into a corner. It's like, what's the easiest way out of this? I'm hurt.
Okay, counterpoint, just for the sake of argument.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're used to 4 years of Brian Kelly lying to us at every press conference.
That's why I'm jaded.
And we can't take like Frank at his word. He's like, hey, he got a little knocked up. You know,
oh, pregnant.
Well,
he wants
yeah,
to play. Yeah, he's just a little pregnant. It's not too early to. You know,
His belly hurts.
women running the Olympics and playing the WNBA when they're like 3 months pregnant.
For an abdomen
That was all the time.
Injury. He
Right.
got a little knocked up.
That's actually what it is. He got a little knocked out. That's what BK didn't want to tell you, is that this guy is 6 weeks pregnant. But no, but I mean, like maybe maybe
6 to
Frank
7
is
weeks
just
pregnant.
coming out and he's saying like, look, yeah, he irritated this injury yesterday. It's not our favorite thing in the world. He's probably going to play, but it's my obligation to tell you. But we're used to this guy lying to us
Right,
and manipulating
right,
the injury sheet every single week and not knowing the
He's never
stats
been
of
on it.
players. You know, and so maybe that's part of the problem, is that we're coming off a really shitty relationship. And this guy's just trying to be straight up and honest with us.
And-
Fuck you, buddy.
You don't know.
I know what this
I've
is.
been
He's
through.
quiet quitting.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean it's getting out of a toxic
Toxic.
Yeah,
relationship
it is.
and getting into a
And
normal one.
yeah,
and being
the
like,
rebound-
You're,
Right.
lying.
You're like, you're so
Not
full of
telling
shit.
the
It's just like the
truth.
other
You're
one.
like every
We're
coach.
all the same.
All you coaches want one thing, and that's to lie to me at a press conference. And for me to do stuff to you after the game.
Don't forget,
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
every single day we are brought to you by our friends over at AJ Sports Cards.
Save me.
AJ Sports Cards in Baton Rouge, right there on 3348 Drusilla Lane. They've been with us since day one, since before day one here at Tingle & Co. AJ Sports Cards was glad and happy to support us as we start this journey, and we're glad to have them a part of the team. AJ Sports Cards on Facebook and at AJ Sports Cards 225BR on Instagram is where you find them on social media. You can see some of the stuff they have in store, memorabilia, cards, boxes, supplies, whatever you may need. And also they keep you up to date on events they have coming up. So follow them on their social media, AJ Sports Cards, at AJ Sports Cards 225BR, or head over to 3348 Drusilla Lane in Baton Rouge and check out their store in person. If you have any questions, call 225-831-4508. We appreciate what they've done for us here at Tingle & Co. If you appreciate us, you should appreciate them, because they're the reason we can keep on going. We will have Glen West from Go247 join us in about 5 minutes,
Oh, I got some work to do.
and we will we'll set that up, take a quick break here, and be right back with some more LSU football talk.
AJ
Right
Sports
after this.
Cards, they won't lie to you.
They won't.
That's right. They did have an Abraham Lincoln signed. Was it a $5 bill? Is that what he's on?
That is what he's on, yes.
So you can get maybe a Martin Van Buren signed.
They did not put him on currency.
No, but a Declaration of Independence.
He did not sign that.
But he might Saturday.
Turn the show off.
Go Martin on the go down it. Go. Hey, Miss Lou, come visit.
Wardos was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Ryan Granning at Go Martin on the go down it.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
All right, welcome back here as we open up hour number 2 on this Friday morning, getting ready for LSU versus Arkansas.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, and a morning kick between the Hogs and the Tigers. And we continue that football conversation with our guy, Glen West from Go 24/7. Glenn, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, guys. Good morning. How are you?
We're doing well, getting ready for this this football game. And the first question I'll ask you is about yesterday's press conference. Obviously, the shocking or maybe surprising news that came out when Frank was asked about the injury report, about Whit Weeks, and he continued on and ended up informing us all that Nussmeier had re-aggravated his recurring injury and that he will be probable. When you heard that yesterday, what was your first reaction, and what do you anticipate it to hold for LSU tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I think just really unfortunate for Garrett. I mean, this has been really a nightmarish season for him, and just another setback in what's been a pretty big disaster for LSU's offense this year. I mean, I think I don't know what to expect tomorrow, to be quite honest with you. I don't know how much he plays, if he plays. He's listed as probable right now, so we'll go off of that. But I'm kind of in the camp that, yeah, if Michael Van Buren's okay with burning his red shirt and putting out as much film as possible for next year's head coach or next year's spot, next year's or possibly a potential transfer portal tape that other teams can get a chance to see him over these last 3 games. I would just lean into him. Like, I think, Nussmeier, if he wants to play, if he feels all right to play, I think they'll certainly do right by him and play him in this game. But I also think going in, they were always going to play Michael Van Buren in this game as well. And so I don't know that a whole lot changes. I think it's just, it changes now from just how much does Michael Van Buren play? Does Michael Van Buren start, and does he play or does he start all the rest of these 3 games? I think that's really kind of what's on the table right now for LSU, and we'll see how healthy Nussmeier can get over the next 24 hours. Frank kind of downplayed it a little bit yesterday, but it's an injury that's proven to be hampering to Nuss this season when he's had to deal with it, and LSU's in a position right now where I think you don't really have to force it at this point to kind of get the best out of this offense. If they think Van Buren's ready and he's ready to play, then I think they could go with him.
And I'll ask about the Van Buren conversation, because I think there's a lot made of the red shirt and that position. In this new era of college football, there maybe isn't as much pressure, and I just kind of wanted to get your perspective on both sides of the argument, whether it would be better or worse to burn the red shirt or to keep the red shirt, and kind of where that really lies for LSU and all of it.
Yeah, look, I get the red shirt argument, and if he's somebody that feels like he can be a really good 5-year player, then by all means go ahead and do it. But my whole argument is like, if he doesn't burn that red shirt and he comes back next year and he loses the job, for example, let's play out the hypothetical here. If he comes back to LSU next year and he loses the starting job next year, well, he can still use that red shirt next season too. I mean, like, it's not like it's you have to go for broke or anything this season. So he's somebody that I think really wants to play and really gets that, understands that if he plays well here over these last 3 games, it could give him an edge. Because look, the reality of the situation here is that LSU's quarterback situation is very unsettled going into next year. And I think he could look at this as a situation where this new head coach comes in. He'll probably bring a transfer quarterback with him because I think Van Buren is probably your most likely guy to stay at LSU of the scholarship guys that are on campus right now. And Van Buren could see that as an opportunity to really put out some great tape these last 3 games and at least push whoever that transfer portal quarterback X could be that LSU brings in next year. So I still think there's a lot for him to play for this season. I think there's a lot for his future that he can still play for this year, and I'm sure all of that is being factored into his decision making here, and why, at least on the surface, it appears he's so adamant about playing in these final 3 games.
Yeah, and you still have one to burn, correct? Obviously with the Arkansas game, and then you can reevaluate later. But with the current LSU situation, I kind of want to, I guess, give you the opportunity to shed some light on some of this Garrett Nussmeier news, because it does feel like maybe we weren't sold the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God, because this was a situation in which you're on the other side of it, now it's re-aggravated. Do you think that this is a way to kind of shed the Garrett Nussmeier skin, if you will, with Frank Wilson and somebody that's in that opportunity to do it, and kind of protect the player for his draft stock? Or is this an actual legitimate, like, he's never been healthy, or it's a way for him to quiet quit?
Yeah, that's a great question. I
that's what your read on the situation. I know I give you hypotheticals all the time.
Yeah. I don't think it's something where it was like I know some fans probably think it's just a great excuse here for the final 3 games, but I've got a chance to talk to Garrett Nussmeier a number of times. I know him a little bit, and he's a guy that at the end of the day I think really loves LSU and would love to go out on a higher note than what has been a really rough season for him and for this offense so far. So I don't think it's an excuse that they're making up at this point in the season. I think he probably legitimately re-aggravated that injury. And to your question about LSU downplaying it maybe earlier in the season, I do think that was maybe the smarter move, because you don't want to give, when LSU was still kind of hypothetically still in the college football playoff conversation and they were playing a lot of these teams, you don't want to give extra ammunition to these defenses by coming out and saying, oh, well, Nussmeier is playing through this injury. He's really hurt, but, his abdomen's not feeling great. But, that's just putting a big target on him, for these defenses to know where to hit him. And so I think that was the right move earlier this year. But I do think he was playing hurt for a good portion there of that first month of the season. I do think he looked a little bit healthier here over the final, over these last 3 or 4 games. But I think the pressure and some of the consistent hits that he was taking on the offense from opposing defenses really started to catch up to him. And you saw him this last weekend. I mean, just not push the ball down the field at all. I mean, he was not even looking 10, 15 yards down the field. I mean, it was a lot of screens, a lot of check downs and things of that nature, and the offense had zero explosiveness against Alabama. And so if you're telling me that version of Nussmeier again is going to pop up against Arkansas, then yes, I would absolutely lean into Michael Van Buren this weekend and for the next couple weeks. But I think there's probably some legitimacy to that. He just re-aggravated this injury yesterday, and now they got to work over the next 48 hours to see if he can get healthy enough to play. And if he's not, then I think you don't even try to run him out there if he's playing a little bit compromised.
Do you think it was actual re-aggravation, or it was just he was never healthy?
It's a fair question. I mean, everything that we knew about this injury was that it just needed time to heal.
But we're going to play you against Tech.
Yeah, I think they felt good about that bye week after the Ole Miss game, that it was enough time for him to rest and enough time for that thing to heal. But look, it's very possible that he was just never healthy this year, or feeling 100%. And I think you hear that from football players all the time, though, is that they're always banged up in some shape or form once you get the season really rolling here. And I mean, you guys have seen these games. You've seen the hits that he's taken these last couple weeks. Like, I mean, the Vanderbilt game, he got slaughtered. I mean, he didn't get sacked a ton, but a lot of the throws that he made, as he was getting the ball out and he was getting hit. The Texas A&M game, I believe he was sacked 7 or 8 times, and this last weekend against Alabama, he was hit quite a bit. So, maybe some of those things piled up that maybe led to this re-aggravation or something that this week in practice. But I don't think we'll ever really know unless Nussmeier really wants to come out and say, yeah, I was hurt all year or something like that. But I just don't know how you can watch this season from him and say that this is just a complete regression from a talent standpoint or from a performance standpoint. I think there's probably something to him being hurt.
Pablo Torre can find out.
Yes, for sure.
Sure. Yeah, let's get Pablo on the case.
Let's plug another show. Good.
And then when you look at tomorrow, I think outside of the offense, the next biggest concern is the fact that Taylor Green can run with the best of them. And LSU has struggled to stop running quarterbacks really over the last 3 years. And obviously this season as well with Pavia and Reed now going up against Green, who's extremely talented. What do you expect to see from the LSU defense going into that matchup tomorrow with a guy like Taylor Green?
I think it's a show me kind of thing. I mean, prove it until you see it on the field kind of deal for me. Like it's been a real struggle for LSU's defense this year to stop those mobile quarterbacks, and that's been a common trend here over the last couple of years for this defense. And Taylor Green, I think, is as balanced a quarterback as we've seen in the SEC this year when he's on the right track and healthy. I think his last couple games have been a little bit more of a struggle. I think he had 3 interceptions a couple weeks ago and only a touchdown or something a week after that. So he's maybe not in the best form coming into this game, but Arkansas is also, I believe, they're coming off a bye week, right? I mean, like they've had a lot of opportunity, a lot of chance to prepare for this game, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see how LSU's defense prepares for him this week. They got to. I mean, I'm going to say the same thing that I'm pretty sure most people are going to say is that they got to be more rush, lane integrity. They got to have better eye discipline. They got to have be able to fill their rush lanes in the right way. But I think that this Arkansas offense has proven that it can move the ball just about against anybody, and I think LSU's defense is going to give up some yards. They'll probably give up some points, and it's really going to come down to me what the offense can do to this really, really weak Arkansas defense. I mean, this is. I know the LSU offense has struggled to score and not done a great job, but Arkansas's defense has been just as bad, if not worse, than what LSU's offense has done. I mean, they've given up 30 points in every single game since September 13th or more. So they've really struggled to stop opposing offenses, and LSU's just got to be able to punch it in for 7 at the end of the day. Like, if they have to settle for field goals, if they mess around and have penalties and bad plays again in the red zone, then this is a game that absolutely LSU could lose if they're not careful.
And talking about the energy around the program right now, and we haven't had it. This is the first time we talked to you since last Saturday, so I want to get your thoughts on kind of the way that Frank Wilson has led this program through the last couple of weeks, through the bye week, into the week of prep for Alabama, into the game against Alabama, and now through this week. What have been your big takeaways from the way Frank has led the program and the energy around the football team right now?
Yeah, I think they're still playing hard. I mean, I don't think that they've given up in terms of just an effort standpoint. I think it's just a very flawed team, and you saw that last week against Alabama. The biggest flaws of this group are on the offensive side of the ball, and they did a pretty good job of holding up on defensively. I thought they did a nice job against Ty Simpson. They played hard. They got off the field consistently. They made some big plays and some meaningful moments early in the game to kind of keep the offense in the game. But it just seemed like every time LSU would try to get close, they just do something to hurt themselves, and that's just been a really common theme on the offensive side of the ball this year. And so, I think they're still playing hard. I think they understand that they have something as players to play for, whether it's future NFL draft prospects or transfer portal prospects, or trying to solidify a spot for next year's roster on next year's team here at LSU. And I didn't get the sense that they were playing, that they weren't playing together last week. I just think it was a really flawed performance from a team that has shown to be a very flawed group overall. And so it's interesting to see how they respond here over these next 3 games. I think these next 2 games in particular are very winnable, and you got them at home. And so I think that in conversations we've had with the players this week, last week, and certainly with Frank Wilson, they still are committed to finishing off the season the right way, and we'll see though how that translates onto the field on Saturday against Arkansas, because I do think it's a very winnable game if they approach it the right way and they execute in a manner that they're capable of doing.
What do you anticipate the crowd to look like tomorrow? 11:45 a.m. kick. Obviously not too much to play for in a sense of what the expectations were for this team. But I do think that there will be some people out there that are obviously still going to be in the stadium. What do you expect it to look like in Tiger Stadium tomorrow morning?
Probably not great. I think LSU's probably going to have to create a lot of their own momentum, a lot of their own, good vibes early in the game, because I think that's going to be something you're going to have to get the crowd into. I still think it'll be a pretty decent crowd, and 70,000, 80,000, whatever it might be. It's not going to be packed to the brim though for a morning game where you're 5-4 and losing, losers of 4 of your last 5. I mean, I think there's a pretty significant portion of the fan base that's ready to get to the end of the season and find out who their next head coach is and what their next staff looks like, what their next roster looks like. And I'm not saying that's a wrong position to take. I also think that this team understands, though, that they are going to have to generate some of their own good luck and good vibes in this game for them to be able to survive it. So I expect them to come out aggressive and try to make a few big plays here early in the game, especially offensively. That would certainly help to jump out to an early 7-0, 10-0 kind of lead, and get the crowd on your side there for this game. I think that would be really important for LSU.
Do you think part of this is damage control, to be able to get people into the stadium to drop, I guess, the Nussmeier re-injury information and be like, look, there's something to kind of look forward to if you want to come to the stadium?
I don't think so. I don't know that that's something that Frank Wilson was really thinking about in the moment. Maybe they discussed it walking off the field. I have no idea. But
it was impromptu. He mentioned it on his own volition.
Yeah, it seemed like a throwaway comment. I mean, he added it there at the end. So maybe there was something to that. But No, I think this weekend though they were going to play Michael Van Buren no matter what. So
Right.
they were going to play Nussmeier, but they were also going to play Van Buren. So I don't think so. That would be maybe a little bit of a stretch to me, but we'll see. I'm not
Everything's
sure.
on the table with this season right now.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, exactly. Anything's on.
Oh, and my follow up to that is, do you think Arkansas looks at the A&M game and the last time LSU hosted an away team and says, "Oh, that stadium's ripe for the picking"?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how robust, an 0-5, 0-6 SEC Arkansas fan base will travel. But if they travel well and they play well,
we're getting bullied.
Yeah, they certainly can take over the stadium again, or like A&M did maybe a couple weeks ago. I mean, like that was as embarrassing a thing I think that we've seen from LSU over the last couple weeks or last couple of years.
Ever.
That crowd at the very end there was very much in enemy territory, but it also felt like a very home crowd for A&M towards the end of that game. LSU just the fans cleared out and they kind of bent over in that game, and they needed to wipe that clean. And I thought that they came out with some better urgency last week against Alabama, and they're going to need to come out with that same aggression and against Arkansas here to have a chance.
And then just a quick one about LSU men's basketball to get it out
Nice.
as we close it out this morning. They've played 3 games up to this point. They are 3-0 after wins against Tarleton State, UNO, and FIU. What have been some of your major takeaways through these first 3 matchups for Matt McMahon's squad?
Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting into the good stuff. I think, look, they've looked pretty good. I mean, they've done a nice job. I mean, last night was really the first time they've been tested from a tight-knit standpoint. It was a 5-point game going into the first half, or walking out of the first half, and so they needed to kind of come together as a group there, and they did. I think they drew that lead very quickly in the second half and ended up winning by 20 points or so. But look, I think for me, there are a couple of concerns. I think that the backcourt maybe next to Deon Thomas is still one position there, whether it's Max McKinnon, whether it's Rashad King. I was a guy who was a big Ron Zipper guy this offseason. He hadn't played much. I'm not sure he will play much with how this season has started for him. But PJ Carter's a guy you'd love to see get going a little bit here. I think that's maybe the one area that is maybe a little bit more undecided for me. In terms of just roles and how flexible that could be as we get into the meat of the schedule. But I think they played really well offensively. Even when Deon Thomas hasn't exactly been his sharpest. There was a 5 or 6 minute stretch last night where he played really well. But outside of that, especially for a lot of the meaningful minutes, he really didn't do a whole ton for LSU in that game. And so they were able to lean on a lot of different guys, Markel Sutton, Michael Nwoko, some of their big guys did a really nice job of getting into the paint and finishing, and then drawing a lot of fouls and finishing at the free throw line. I think that's been a major strength of this team so far through 3 games. They've been punishing these smaller groups and smaller opponents at the paint and finishing around the rim and getting to the free throw line. So that's very encouraging because you're going to need that to translate in SEC play as well. And then I think the size, like having Markel Sutton play as a 3 at 6'9", being on the wing, being able to shoot the ball well from the outside, and then he's also one of your best rebounders. That's something that's really going to translate for this team, and why I think he's maybe the biggest X factor on this entire team. If he continues to shoot the ball the way that he shot it here these first 3 games, and just being the big disruptor, the big athletic wing that LSU really has been lacking these last couple of years, that could really change things, I think, for this team as they look ahead to some of the more consistent and better teams that they'll be playing on their schedule.
The real bookend the LSU football season 2025 was if Trey'Dez Green just goes straight to basketball.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Trey'Dez is pretty committed to football now and has a very bright future. Hopefully he's still here. Like I think if there's a couple of guys you want to pencil in as guys you want to build around for next year's team, he's certainly at the top of the list next to Harlan Berry, in my opinion. So, yeah.
100%.
Don't
I
even
agree.
speak that into
I hadn't even let that
existence. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, come
And
on.
you never
Gotta
know.
be realistic.
Put him on the baseball team.
Yeah.
They'll all
Yeah.
leave you eventually.
That's true.
Glenn, we appreciate you joining us, all the insight. Once again, we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There he is, Glen West from Go 24/7 over at 24/7 Sports. Yeah, a little bit on the men's basketball. I agreed with Glenn's takeaways. I think it's going to be very interesting to see.
He's smart.
He knows what he's talking about. He's the best. That's why I love having him on every week because he can.
You can
I
throw him
remember,
anything.
I remember during kind of when basketball and baseball crossed over last year, there was one interview, maybe the first one when we took over, where we went football, baseball, basketball, and he just. It was very impressive.
I wanted to ask him, would you rather 3 years of Nick Saban or 10 years of Lane Kiffin?
You really got Jacques with that question on Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
Stumped him.
I wanted to ask him.
He's like, well, I mean, it's like picking between a ribeye and a rack of ribs.
Which, I don't know what that means.
I won both.
I won both.
AC/DC and the Who.
No, there you go. Yeah.
That's great. But yeah, go ahead.
Sorry,
No, you're good.
I didn't have the courage to ask this on mic, but would he put a gun to Lloyd's head?
Uh-huh.
And the only way Lloyd lives is if we score more than 25 points against an SEC opponent. Is tomorrow the day?
I mean, if there was ever a day for it to happen, it's tomorrow.
It would be, right?
It would be tomorrow. Because Oklahoma's defense is very good, and these are your last two SEC games. So, Lloyd, your life is on the line tomorrow.
Kill me.
LSU men's basketball got the win, and I really liked what Glenn said about the ball handling in the backcourt outside of Thomas, because that's my biggest question mark. I think one thing you've seen through these games is you're going to go as far as number 11 will take you. When he's on the floor, you play a different brand of basketball than when he's not on the floor. He did have a rough game last night, probably compared to any of the games he's played up to this point. But him and Sutton played 32 and 31 minutes last night. They were on the floor a lot. And you've seen them play extremely well. I think Sutton has been a really nice surprise, the fact that he's shooting the ball as well as he is from distance. And then what I really like is that they get to the free throw line well, and they not only are they getting to the line, they're knocking them down. I mean, they shot 30 of 34 from the free throw line last night, where you saw Miller go 5 of 6, Thomas, Nwoko, and McKinnon all 7 of 8, and then Sutton 4 for 4. They're rebounding the ball well. Sutton 19 and 12. And that was the first time they faced adversity this season. They battled back. I like the way they played in the second half. They rebounded much better. They took care of the basketball better, and they were able to get to the line and hold on to the basketball. So we'll see as they continue to develop. Like we said, this is a big month of November to prepare for the start of October, where they'll play some tough opponents to get that month started. Obviously, in about 5 minutes or so, we will have Rohan Davey join us to continue the LSU football conversation. Let me text him right now and double check, because I do believe he got his vehicle back. I'm not sure. I feel like he told me that, but I don't know. We'll have Ro come join us and talk some LSU football. Obviously, a former LSU quarterback, and the talk of the town right now is the LSU quarterback. And so we'll get his thoughts on that as well as on the game tomorrow. Don't forget, every single day we are brought to you by CAS Roofing and Advising. CAS Roofing and Advising. It's not just another roof. It's our reputation. CAS does great work. Our guy, Pierce Patterson from CAS, his number is 225-910-0619. Give him a call. He'll come out and hop on your roof. If you've got grit in your driveway coming off the roof, you got a missing shingle, you got a leak in the house, or if you just have a roof that's 10 years old or older, give our guy Pierce Patterson a call at 225-910-0619. He'll drive on over there, hop up on the roof, check it out for you, let you know what the deal is. If you're in good shape, he'll let you know that, and he'll keep you on the call list for whenever a storm comes through to check in on you. And if the roof is not in a good spot, he will let you know the process to move forward. And CAS does a great job with their team of walking you through each and every step of the process. So make sure you call 225-910-0619. Make sure your roof's in good shape. We're going to take a quick break and be right back after this.
Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granning at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or a storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
All right, welcome back here as we are waiting to hear back from our guy, Rohan Davey. If he does not make it in this morning, obviously, he will be with us this weekend.
I just saw the clip the other day of him going, coming in and playing well doesn't mean nothing. I went against Ole Miss 2 picks first half. It's like, well, there goes that.
Right. Fair enough.
All right, Ron.
But yeah, well, obviously on Sunday, every Sunday.
Brucey's time to shine.
At Pizza Byron's, we do our show with Rohan Davey, and he does an excellent job and we enjoy hanging out over at Pizza Byron's every single Sunday from 4 to 5. I did see
almost to 6 to 7.
I know we don't talk about the Saints too much, especially when they're bad. But I did see Jeff Duncan put a write-up out about Gail Benson. And he interviewed Gail, and she strongly defended General Manager Mickey Loomis, calling demands for his firing ridiculous and saying that Mickey does a great job. And all that I learned...
I don't even need to read the article after that.
Yeah, it is an unserious organization that has no commitment to winning, no commitment to the fans, no commitment to anything other than when I give
You're
the
the
check
Pittsburgh
to the
Pirates.
banker, when I give the check to the banker, that it's going to cash. That's all they care about. When I pull are you still buying tickets? Are you still like? It will never change until the money stops coming in, because that's literally
it is like
all they care about.
The easiest job in the world, right? Because we are Louisiana simple folk,
yes,
kinfolk. Of like, just give me like I will if I loyalty on 100.
Yes.
If I care about it, I will be there. If you put out a winner, you will never see anything better. But through what is it and a wedding? What do they say? Like, what are the nuptials?
Till death do us part.
Yeah.
Through sickness and in health.
That's what it is.
For better and for worse.
Better and for worse.
No, that's I mean,
and
that
they
is,
take advantage of us.
That's who we are, and as loyal fans. And I think when you look at not just the
we'll
Saints,
complain but never get divorced,
but the Pelicans as well.
The Sand.
Where the Pelicans are sitting at 2-9 right now, the Saints are probably a similar record.
I think yeah.
What are they 2-8?
I don't watch that.
They are
product.
2-8, and the Pelicans are 2-9. So combined, the teams that Gail Benson owns are 4-17.
Jay Johnson saved me.
It's disgusting.
Kim Mulkey saved me.
No, you can't treat the GM of your football team like the guy that goes to Christmas dinner with you every year, and you don't want to make him upset.
He's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job.
How are you?
And the only time that she said that she reprimands him is
he's all I've ever known.
It's just like it's
when
a
did she
mess.
reprimand him?
Whenever it's essentially whenever that she can
Don't
tell
talk with mouthful, honey.
the fans are upset, then she'll do something. Well, it's an absolute mess on both sides. The fact that look, I don't like calling for firings. The fact that Willie Green is still the basketball coach for the New Orleans Pelicans shows they are not committed to winning.
Well, and
they're not committed to being a serious franchise. Because when you look at the moves that have been made and like the fact that you traded away draft picks to win this year, and you hit on your 3 draft picks this last draft, Derek Queen has been excellent. Jeremiah Fears has been very good. And you have a team that should be able to win. But then Zion, 7 to 10 days, like all of these things. But more than anything is there are problems in each and every game where you come out in winnable games in the second half and you play bad in the third quarter because you don't adjust at halftime. And the other team does. And so consistently under Willie Green's leadership as the head coach, you've played bad in the third quarter. And then you look at the New Orleans Saints, and they can't get out of their own way. Where you're doing this cap space, cap room deal every offseason, and then, well, you know what? We're going to draft a quarterback with the 40th overall pick. And, I mean, he didn't look bad last game, but you started the guy that you drafted the year before in the 5th round all year.
Same person.
They're running a football team like they have a Klarna account. You know, and it's like, yeah, we'll break this down into 4 payments, and I'll get you the rest of that money later. That's not how you can. That's not the way to run a successful NFL program. That's how I handle my personal finances. That doesn't work. I can promise you.
Absolute mess. Everything that's going on in New Orleans from a professional organization standpoint, the Pelicans and the Saints,
and LSU,
it's a mess. It's an absolute mess, and it just sucks. Because you want something good to be going on.
Like, Fears and Queen are good picks.
Very good.
But for what was given away, how good do they have to be to even make that up? And that kind of can lead you back to the argument that, like, how serious of a hire was Joe Dumars even? You know, like, yeah, he did hit on these guys, we think.
Right.
But at what cost? This
No,
is a guy
I
that
mean,
hadn't
I-
worked
I
that job
think
in
that
nearly 20
trade
years.
was definitely questionable. You traded away your future. I like Queen a lot.
Me
He
too.
is probably my favorite player on this basketball team. He's extremely good. He's talented. He's gifted, and he has panned out. And so if he pans out, and he's better than what you think you could have gotten next year, then it's the thing is, because I do think Dumars has not done a bad job. The C.J. McCollum trade, huge winners in that trade because C.J. it was time for him to go. Jordan Poole has come in and he's been good. I think you've been able to make some moves.
That was a very positive. He's been.
Well, you know,
he's been better than what C.J. McCollum.
he suits up every night. That's pretty good.
And so
I mean, that's
well,
what
actually
we're
right now
asking
he's
for.
hurt.
Can you get 5 on the floor?
Right.
I guess.
I'm just,
You can't get 1 on the floor. I know that.
if this team
No.
ends up going 11 and whatever, I'm not doing the math off the top of my head, and then the Pacers pick or was the other somebody else that conceivably we could have like the top 2 picks in the draft,
Right.
That's a pretty big failure.
No,
on
yeah,
behalf
no,
of the front office.
it's a mess, and it's because
I don't care how gifted.
they are not.
I don't like that the rest of the country got to see under LSU's dress or under Louisiana's dress at this point, where it's the Pelicans, it's the Saints, and now LSU. It's like what's
It's
going?
a mess.
Did they
It
bring
is
the
an
governor in?
absolute
When's the last time you
mess.
shaved?
It's like this whole thing overall. Like,
We're
I just want to be
disgusting.
happy. And Matt McMahon is 3-0 right now.
Need a
Obviously, with
labiaplasty.
some adversity last night that I think brought some people back down to reality of like this. They looked really good against UNO, but let's understand they still have places to go
But
before they
that-
get in the
Hey, the
SEC.
Masterpiece built on a nice little program.
Kim Mulkey, that team, I put a lot of money on them to win the national championship because they are the best thing that's going on in my life right now.
That's gonna have to get us to baseball.
And then obviously Jay Johnson, who delivers every single time
No pressure.
we need him to.
He's working. I know that. You can't
Always.
fire him for cause.
Unless the cause is caring too damn much.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, bud, you care too much.
Impossible.
Exactly.
Absolutely impossible.
Beautiful thing.
And he's also set the precedent for why there's more pressure on the head coaching hire for football.
I
Because,
really
like,
do
the guy
think-
right there is showing you how to do it.
I really do think that is, if you're a hiring athletic director, you go that.
Right. The guy that shows up every day and focuses
Never,
on one
no,
thing
that
in
didn't
his
sh-
life.
he showed up and never left.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, they just.
This is his only reason.
You
for
have
being.
to care this. Like, I know Jay Johnson doesn't grow on trees. That's how you have somebody that comes in and wins 2 national championships in 4 years and is gunning for a back-to-back.
Right.
But I don't
Like,
want
I
to
know-
see you taking
I-
out the trash midday on game day.
Yeah, I don't need to go check the mail
That's
on game
hypothetical.
day. The mail is, unless it's a recruit in the mailbox.
Or a sweepstakes.
What are we doing?
They still do those? The
Saban?
sweepstakes that come to your house?
Look, I mean, I think on the Saban conversation, because that is an interesting debate that is out there, is the Saban for 5, Kiffin for 10. You asked Jacques that on Wednesday. You wanted to ask Glenn that, and I think I have seen people talk about it.
Outside of those two, where
If
do you
if
go?
you're picking between the two, it's Saban for 5.
It's Saban for 3.
It's Saban for 1.
Well, I think that's.
I would not for one.
Yeah, that was dramatic.
But I think they would do. I think
You
that
try to
LSU
squeeze 5
brass
out
would
of
do
them. If you get
1.
3 out of them, it's a success.
You get 3 with a contingency plan, right? Something that's
Well,
baked in.
and this is what we talked about this last night because I tried to get Jonathan to the other side of this because he was anti-Saban. I was like, imagine
It's
being
not anti-Saban. It's just thinking a little further
yeah,
down
stop
the road.
trying to tape how much
Yeah.
tape can you put on the box
Right.
before
Most
you need
expensive
to
duct tape
order a
job
new
ever, potentially.
But if you do go, let's just live in the world for a second. Nick Saban, and then you have him for 3 years. You say 4 because recruiting, if that still matters. Blake Baker stays, and then you have Blake Baker learn under you plant a new tree.
Potentially. I also think.
Like, would you not like that's a handoff?
You said it great last night.
I also think just in
Being
general,
blessed by the Pope.
Regardless of who the like, not even putting a name like for the next guy, you would take the risk of just playing the cycle again in 3 years, 4 years, like just whoever's available as a coach. You would play the game of I'm open to doing that. It's literally what you're doing right now, but it would be different.
That's what I'm saying. That
the cycle that was there in 2021 when you were looking for a coach, the names you've heard, half of them you're still hearing in 2025 when you're looking for a new coach. So what's to say?
And this one wasn't on the list.
If you go get Saban for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, who is not an option in 2028, 9 when you're looking for your next coach?
Why doesn't he needed to seed a boy?
he just needs to pick a good boy.
And so
no, you need to have like a Saban son. I guess it's Lane.
Oh, you need to seed a boy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You said that.
But it could be Blake Baker. That's what I'm saying.
Right. No, it could. But see, the thing is, like, with the Saban conversation, I would bet on just the fact of getting him for 4 years and just playing the game of whoever. Like
everybody wins, even if he doesn't win. You can't be wrong.
Well, because this is the thing, and I think the reason why, because like we said, this is all hypothetical. With Saban, one, if you were to hire him, it would be because he laid out a list of demands, and you met them. Because for him to come out of the spot he's in now, I think that's a pretty safe bet, right? The biggest knock against getting Saban is he's really comfortable where he's at. He doesn't want to leave. So if you were to get him, it would be because he said, "Well, I need this, this, and this."
You fully been
and you met all his requirements and probably more to get him from where he is. So if you're able to do all of that, one, that shows you're a serious program. Two, it legitimizes LSU in an instant.
You actually
the
look like you
second
had
he's announced, you're a legitimate program.
You actually look like you had a plan.
Right, like
he could make you look real smart.
The plan was
the Saban.
Hire him twice, 25 years apart.
Right. Yeah. Come back.
Big circle.
Because I do think that does clean up all of the PR that has been happening. If it turns out you just get
it does.
Nick
It changes
Saban.
The narrative immediately.
Yes, and I think that's why if there is a list of demands or a conversation, it's you did all of this because of this, and look how it worked out for you. You got the greatest college football head coach of all time to come back to a program. Because I do think there is one part of him, like you said, like he's very comfortable where he is. I think a part of him does look at this and go, I can right or wrong. Like I have unfinished. He has unfinished business,
and there's and for the rest of his life, the fire.
He still talks about it.
I
never got to hit or dog.
I'm not even talking about just LSU in general. I'm just talking about coaching in general. I'm saying like the fire for coaching will always be there. That is who he is as a person.
Let the horse out the barn.
You know what I mean?
If he can come in, especially in winning a national championship over Kirby Smart, over
Lane.
Signetti, over Lane.
Signetti.
Right? Like, that's got to fire a guy like that up, right? To say, hey, I'm going to bring myself out of retirement. I'm going to go to this place I left.
That would be such a flex.
And I just want to fuck you guys up one more time. Real
Rocky
quick.
5.
Like, I mean, if anybody's going to get fired up about that kind of idea, it's a guy with the competitive nature of Nick Saban, right?
Yeah, it's Michael Jordan going to the Wizards. Like, I would still take that. Like,
right. I mean,
you're not going to sign him?
What we were saying last night. It's like, if it ends up being Parcells for the Cowboys, it's still better than what we had.
Right.
For the last few years, and at least it'll stabilize things.
Because the debate was, like, Bill Parcells for the Cowboys, or did you want the offensive coordinator and Lane Kiffin? That's Sean Payton.
And there's an end date, right? So like you have time to plan, and like you can build a contingency into it. There's a way that it can work out beautifully, even if he doesn't come in.
It's a big, beautiful Band-Aid.
No, I mean it would be.
The more I think about it,
Compound
the more I talk myself into it.
It would be
Compound V.
Literally.
Well, that kills you after 5.
Yeah, that's fine. But I want to be a super.
So
I want
you get to be a Super
live that
Bowl
life.
season.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so like, look, it's the situation where if you get him, you try to squeeze 5 years out of him.
I'll squeeze him forever.
And if you get the 5
He's not
years
coming
out
for
of him,
safeties
in
like that.
5 years to me, in this new day and age where you've shown all this commitment and all these different money ways, you'd be in, what, 2 natties in the 5 years?
5 years, he's also 79.
Right.
That's fine. He's ageless. He looks great.
I know, and it's as sharp as you're going to see a 74-year-old. But I'm just saying, like, age has a way of catching up with you.
Of course. Yeah, no, I mean, age is undefeated. I mean, Father Time will get you every time.
Tell that to Tom Brady.
Tell that to LeBron James.
Tell that to Tom Brady's dog.
Well, that's
different.
conversation.
Now,
if we
if
can
we
figure
can
that
follow
out,
Nick Saban-
Who's to say we
if
can't?
we can
That's
figure that
something we should have been working on 25 years ago, and we fucked that up.
And so this is
Because
the
we had his hair, we had his DNA on campus, we
Yes.
could have taken it.
and so
And that's why you got to invest in the sciences, so you can be good at football later.
I think when
the
you look at
research.
the situation, it would be life-saving if you hired Nick Saban as your head coach. And I know there's the people that have the age and he left because of this.
No, Hunter Hall will not. No, I'm not doing 1 for 1. You're not getting Jay.
You don't have Nick. Nick Saban's not in your possession.
Yeah, it's not yours.
He's
ours
literally
first.
a free
I
agent.
get both.
He's literally a free agent. It's like he's not
His
yours.
first baby's our baby.
Mm-hmm.
He has a responsibility to that baby.
He does to Mother University.
Mother University
He's-
comes calling.
Skip's still here. They can go talk on that veranda one more time.
And
That would be
I'm trying
beautiful,
not to
wouldn't
do like go down the darkness hole where it's like
Oh,
we are setting ourselves up for.
Wow.
massive disappointment. But this is what we do.
Like, let's say
It's
this,
LSU, dude.
let's say that
This is
Saban
life.
decides he doesn't feel like doing it. Right? He's like, oh, I'm just not. I don't quite have the fire. And then Florida moves on Kiffin too soon. What the fuck do we do then? That scares me.
There's
a little
always
bit.
another one. If football exists, there's going to be good coaches, right? But this is a
Not in my experience
this
in the
is
last few
like,
years. No.
No, this is the thing. If you get him for, and this is my biggest argument in the whole thing for Saban and it being a short time period. If you get him for 5, he lays the foundation again in this new era, and you just find someone that can ride it out. He laid such a good foundation in 2000 that Les Miles won a national championship and Ed Orgeron won a national championship. And although there were some rough years between that, they were rough years because of Saban. And so if he came back here and he laid a foundation, then he actually retired.
Our creator
and
and
was
our
gone.
executor.
Right. Like
judge, jury.
it would be different. So
I mean,
He
it would
should.
just be,
He owes it to LSU.
it would be the ultimate poetic
I mean, not to
justice.
put
It would be the biggest story in college football in
That's the other thing. It's
in,
great. Like
in 30 years, maybe.
it would be.
it's almost worth
It
doing.
might be the biggest college.
It's the biggest story
football
since he went to
story.
Alabama, frankly.
Yeah.
But it's bigger than that.
It is,
1,000
'cause there's an extra
it
layer of
might be
narrative
the,
to it.
Like it would potentially be the craziest thing to happen
It'd
ever.
be Joe Paterno coming back to Penn State now.
From the grave?
Yes. Like that would be the only thing that could. I don't even know if that would top it.
I don't think so because Paterno won one championship in like the 80s, and then
He
you
did
know.
soil himself also.
So no, this would be bigger than that.
This would be
This
massive.
would be bigger than a zombie Paterno.
Yeah.
It'd be bigger than 6'7".
And what did
It'd be 6'8".
I would 69.
Let's play Athletic Connections and get ready to go
Shoulder.
13 for
Could
13
you
this
imagine if he
morning.
does though? Like honestly, he's been in the public spotlight on College Game Day. You have the narrative that plays out from LSU to Miami, Miami to Alabama, and he talks about it's like, why did I ever even leave? And he says it himself. He said like I couldn't go back to LSU.
Liz Taylor and Richard Burton, motherfuckers. Nobody knows that reference, but it was a love that couldn't be stopped. One divorce, years apart, make a film fall back in love. Fuck till you die.
That's right. It's like Angelina Jolie and who's the coach in Friday Night Lights and Bad Santa.
Oh, from the movie. Billy Bob Thornton. It's
Yeah.
like if they got back together, but they didn't win a national championship.
Oh, they did in that limo.
Vial of blood.
Vial of blood. Nick Saban has LSU's vial of blood. Come on home. It's home.
And you said, what is the day one get-in ticket price?
Cool.
Oh
That's
my
upset.
God.
Like,
Right?
It would
and that's
be-
the other part. Like
it
LSU
would
is,
be-
you've been taken over.
You're getting a game day. You're getting
It would be
spikes.
unbelievable.
All
We would not get press credentials for anything.
What? I don't care about that.
And I'm just saying, like,
But-
because the media attention that
Regis
would
and
be
Kelly.
given to spring practice, press conferences,
Aight.
fall camp, and all the games would be
It's the lead story.
an absolute earthquake. Like,
But so, why do you think they raised ticket prices? Maybe they already had this thing signed in blood.
All right. Well, if we're gonna get
now the
into
hypotheticals
conspiracy
get a little
corner,
far, because now you're putting the tinfoil on.
yeah,
Uh,
I still think it's a stretch, honestly, but it's fun
well,
to dream.
it's also sad for us to do this because
Most things we do. are
E-Dub,
pretty sad.
this conversation sounds so ridiculous.
It does.
That's the point
until
of
it
the
happens,
conversation.
until it happens.
But, I mean,
I
even if
acknowledge
it
that
doesn't,
it sounds
that's the
ridiculous.
point of the conversation. It's a hypothetical, and we're being ridiculous. We're having fun. This is the point. we're
Trying
at
to
now.
enjoy
Yeah,
some of
and
this.
it's also
Have fun
not.
somehow.
It's also not something that
It could happen.
we could have. Like, let's assume that some conversation has
It's
happened
not
at some point.
0%.
Nobody told us to
Exactly.
fuck off right away, right?
Right.
We know we weren't told to fuck off right away. So that's something.
And they're putting it out, like, I think the way that they're playing this, where Verge Osbury says, I talk to Nick Saban, 3 times a week, and he's absolutely not coming back. That sounds like he is coming back. Like, would you not lie to keep the truth?
Again, we've just been lied to a lot recently, so I think your idea of truth
Oh,
of
it's a
morality
spectrum.
is pretty up in the air.
But I knew I was being lied to. That's not my fault. That's everybody else's fault. Or one person's fault.
Anyway, John Summerall, can't wait to have you. Let's go.
And he's not, I don't think he's coming here.
He's going to Auburn.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, we won't even get that.
And then Blake Baker and
North
Tulane.
Texas guy, can't wait to have you.
I would love that.
Like
At what
you said,
point
though.
does LSU
No,
look
really,
down the
like you
list
said.
and go coordinator?
There are guys out there that you can give this job to that will fucking knock it out the park.
Right.
Yes,
There are. We're playing a game right now. We're having some
There are
fun.
good coaches.
But, you know,
Nick Saban would knock it out the park, with all due respect.
there are probably 5 guys that would be absolute home run hires, even if it doesn't seem like it right away. You just have to get it right.
Mike
Do your due
McDaniel.
diligence.
No.
Why?
I love him.
Dolphins head coach.
He's going to get
He would
fired.
get steamrolled by 5-star
Oh my
players.
gosh.
They would walk all over.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a wreck.
Now, OC.
Eric
If
Morris.
Saban brings him in as OC, okay, let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's do this game. This is silly. We're sounding like psychopaths.
Carl Dunn, stop this ridiculous narrative.
Bookmark this show.
I mean, like, I don't understand why we have to be so serious
Right.
all the time.
It's not a news program.
This
It's been a hard season. Let's have a little fun for a minute.
some
Let's
fun,
play what
guys.
if.
Let's have fun.
I mean, who would have thought
Paint an
Luke?
entertaining picture.
Who would have thought Luka Doncic would get traded? You know, things happen.
Things do
Who'd
happen.
have thought LeBron would be in the G League at 42? Like, shit happens.
South Bay Lakers, baby.
Minus 1,000 to win Player of the Year.
I mean, if he
We
suited
talked
up,
about-
because this is the thing.
if he
He's
puts
not gonna
out-
play a G League game, but if he suited up in one,
He scores
it would be
if he scores 101 points.
the most unbelievable thing.
If he,
Have you never
if
seen
he
the
puts
clip
up
of him
if he puts up 101 in
playing
one G
in the
League game.
Drew League? When he went and played in the Drew
Yeah,
League,
that's just
Yes.
like that poor bald man had no chance. No chance.
LeBron scores 100 points in one G League game. How do you not give him the G League MVP?
And he just leaves. And never plays in the NBA again either. He was talking
He's
about...
playing in the NBA.
You're
Why
gonna-
does he,
don't-
now he's like, YouTube golf. He's like, what do you...
Stop. I don't want to think about it.
Let's connect athletically. We're talking about all kinds of insane shit.
Yeah, well, it's Friday.
That's Friday.
Hunter Hall went 4 for 4, so it can't be hard.
My
today.
mic isn't off, Jason. I was just far away. I'm back
Yeah.
now.
And also, whoever...
Carl Dunn, it is a hypothetical, Carl. I love you. I do.
We're playing, I mean.
It's a hypothetical. We're just having a conversation.
good time.
Every time we've talked about Saban, we have literally proceeded with the fact that we don't think that he's actually going to just up and leave. But if he were to, do you understand what it would mean? Is all we're talking about.
Man, that is possible.
And it's not 0%. They wouldn't put plus 200 on those books just as a joke.
I would never.
Aces, Eagles, Dodgers, Thunder. Champions.
Nice.
Knockout, eliminate, bounce, defeat.
Bounce on it.
Okay, just as friends.
Pennant Horse Road Delay.
I mean,
Bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow,
let's look at two people mixed together.
Ugh.
Oh, they're missing one. They're missing it.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Sports.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So we can't go 9 for 9. We can only go 8 for 8. And then it won't register. But we'll still play for fun.
Honestly, this game is not even worth playing without the face mask.
That's the whole point. That's literally the thing that won us over.
Yeah. Well, you did.
Hey, everything else is just
Thanks.
is dressing.
I won you over?
The fact that you're so good at it without knowing that you were good at it, and then to see it happen in real time was pretty.
You actually
pretty
finally
cool.
won me over today.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still working on winning Lloyd over.
I didn't want to say anything, but I was not sold. but
What team won the Super
something
Bowl?
just tipped the scales today, my man. I am all in.
What was Roger Goodell's first year as commissioner?
Shit.
Paul Tagliabue.
Tagliabue. He's been there forever, right? It's like longer than you
And
think.
then we had the. He was the big CTE guy.
like
That's when it kind of started. Was under
like
Goodell.
07? Has he been there more than 20 years?
Who gave Sean Payton the trophy? It was Tagliabue, right? Because didn't he own the Saints for a second? He was the one. Oh no, that was the Hornets.
Yeah, no.
That was Stern.
I do not remember who gave the.
I have no idea.
There's
I mean,
a safe bet. The Patriots.
right. That's. I
The
mean,
Chiefs.
Johnny Old Goodson says the Colts.
Not the Chiefs.
Oh wait, that's crazy. I was thinking that.
Gage Evans, Saban head coach, Kiffin OC, Freeman DC. Yeah, I mean,
And then Joe Brady, offensive coordinator.
no. Kiffin's your offensive coordinator.
Oh, even better.
Joe Brady would be your quarterback's coach.
Yeah.
Obviously. And Burrow would play quarterback.
Right, we
and
get him when you're
Leonard
eligible.
Fournette.
Leonard Fournette at running back. I mean, we're gonna just talk about a hypothetical.
Billy Cannon's your dentist.
Yeah, nice. Drafted second overall out of high school in 2001. I believe this is Tyson Chandler.
Of the Mavericks. Yes, that is Tyson Chandler.
While they've yet to qualify for the 2026 World Cup, this country holds the record for the most World Cup appearances by an African nation, edging out Nigeria and Morocco.
I think it's Algeria. It's either Algeria, Egypt, or like Senegal.
What about something and something?
Cote d'Ivoire. Huh? All the "and" countries in Africa are pretty small.
Cameroon,
Oh,
says Johnny L. Goodson. Biggest has arrived.
what is Little Beagus
Right?
up to?
That was
Little
not on my
Big is
list
doing.
of 4. Awesome.
According to the 2020 census, what is the most populated U.S. city in Texas after Houston? Dallas, Austin, San Antonio.
It's one of those 3. Austin's
Midland?
had such an explosion.
I would assume it would
Population,
be
but I
Austin.
would think of Dallas.
Dallas
when I
would be
first thought,
the one, but I mean maybe
but it seems like a trick question.
Austin was one of those like booms,
right.
All
yeah,
right.
especially in
Going through it.
2020.
But maybe that's playing with it. Maybe it's just San Antonio.
Big old women in San Antonio.
Okay, Charles. Because I think it could be like obviously Dallas is gonna be first off. Be like, oh, Dallas is the big city,
Especially if you count the Fort Worth area.
and then
It could be Fort Worth.
well then obviously your next thought would be okay, well then it's got to be Austin. But
What's the?
But
might be
Austin
San
was
Antonio.
the 4th biggest.
What about Arlington?
as of 15 years ago? No. Arlington's like one
Beaumont.
of those weird.
Johnny O. Goodson says San Antonio. Shout out Tim Duncan.
Shout out
That would
Mono
be weird. if San
Ginobili.
Antonio had
Tony
no other
Parker.
sports teams, despite being the 2nd biggest.
They love them Spurs.
Wembanyama,
Victor Wembanyama.
San Antonio. I'm from
Wow.
Texas.
Weird. state.
Founded in what year did that say?
1886. Canned
This
vegetables.
brand produces plant-based foods, including canned vegetables, fruits, ketchup, and its logo came with a white print on a red background in a tomato-like
Heinz?
shape. Nope.
Del
White print on a red background in a tomato-like shape.
Del Monte.
Really?
I don't know that.
I said it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
guessing.
had no
it.
confidence.
Del Monte.
Hey. All right.
You could use it.
Outwit, outplay, outlast
Survivor
is a motto from what long-running reality competition show?
Oh, World Rules Challenge.
What? Survivor. Okay.
Oh.
Movies serving as a prequel and the first spin-off of the Conjuring franchise. This 2014 horror film centered around a paranormal doll.
What's her name?
Annabelle?
Annabelle.
It's not Chucky?
No.
Weren't they driving around with a doll?
And then the guy died.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
The hand
God.
died.
Yes.
Hell yeah, I'll read this
Lonely
one.
Eyes of the Tree.
No, yeah, why don't you take this one, Noah?
I will not.
You can read. You can say these words.
You can read that aloud.
Read it with
My
me.
grandmother watches
Dick is a
this
man's
show.
name.
Grandpa doesn't. Known for songs like "Dick in a Box" and "Jizz in My Pants."
Is it not Andy Samberg?
Yeah. And his wife, of course.
Is Angela Sandberg.
Bang!
8 for 8.
Bang! Look at all that green. Look at all that green. Look at all that green. Look at all that
Greenbacks.
Green. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us here on this Friday morning, getting ready for tomorrow's morning kick between LSU and Arkansas. No post-game show tomorrow, unless something crazy happens. But we will be live Sunday, 4 to 5.
Who's in town?
Pizza Byron's.
Big fans? Big family fans
Big family fans?
of you?
What do you mean? Of me?
It's like a family reunion.
No, it's just I have a cousin, my dad's family that lives in Shreveport. I have a cousin that goes to Arkansas, so they're all coming down. Because I got a cousin that also goes to LSU with Max. All coming down.
What are y'all gonna eat?
You gonna whoop that cousin's ass?
Yeah, you gonna beat him up?
You gonna beat 'em
Hog
up?
time?
Hog time. Woo-wee.
My cousin that goes to Arkansas is a female.
Alex?
No. So we'll see the
don't-
family this
don't
weekend.
beat her
How
up
old?
then.
And
that's my
we're going to do
bad.
score predictions for LSU, Arkansas.
28-17.
28-17. Arkansas, nice.
I think we finally scored more than 25.
Okay.
I think we scored 27.
There you go.
I mean, we're not gonna do like this is a shootout, right?
No.
No? Arkansas only plays in shootouts.
They literally have only played in shootouts.
We went 28-27.
Oh,
Okay.
Anthony Jennings.
I don't feel confident.
No. It'll
But
be
I
fun
also
though.
can't pick against us.
I'm trying to think how this game is.
It's gonna
Also, I
be
think-
it's gonna be 42-21 Arkansas.
I think the over was 55 and a half, right?
gosh. If it's 42-21 Arkansas, I'll jump off the top of the stadium.
That would be
No,
a
that's my way.
bad day.
No, I'm there.
What? You really don't care anymore, right?
I'm letting the tiger eat me.
I'll care forever.
But it's a wash. You have to just. You said we're trying to have fun. You did not have fun against Alabama.
It's all fun
You
until
were
I
in
cover
a
myself
mood.
in barbecue sauce and let the tiger eat me.
They gave them so there was a chance to win.
You were so mean to poor Garrett.
This is what you need to understand about me. Alabama has ruined my life. My entire life, I have seen LSU. I don't see LSU beat Alabama. I don't remember those.
Yeah.
I became sentient in 2010. I saw 2 wins and then a decade of losses until I saw God in an LSU uniform in 2019, and we didn't beat them again until thank the Lord for Jaden Daniels and Mason Taylor. And then now Alabama's down, and we still can't beat them.
My least favorite opponent? Genetic cancer.
31-24, Arkansas beats LSU, says Begas. 35-34 LSU from Kenny
A lot
Balala.
of 1-point wins. I like that.
Let's see. I'm going to go.
35-34.
I'm going to go. LSU scores 30 points in this football game.
Whoa, that's more than 4 touchdowns. Yes.
30-28 LSU. Let's do it. Need a win. Bowl eligible. SEC win. I still believe.
Maybe we fire 3 off, win that bowl game. 9.
I still believe.
Turn this
Do
into
you
a
think
9-4.
LSU has a better chance to win with Van Buren?
Yes.
if he starts the entire game. Me too.
I do.
I'm not happy about that.
He keeps drives alive. Literally the fact that he will run for a first down
And
keeps drives alive.
There are signs of life.
And when you keep drives alive,
Proof of
your
life,
defense
like
stays off the field. And when your
my
defense
favorite
stays
Meg
off the
Ryan
field,
movie.
they're refreshed. And when this defense is refreshed, they play really good.
Yep.
The games they've played really bad, they kept getting on the
Harold
field.
Perkins legacy
And
game.
especially, dude, against
It's
how
Arkansas
bad,
again.
how bad their defense is, if he can keep drives alive and just give us more possession than we've had, instead of going 3 and out on 3 shit passes.
Always
It's a mess.
messy.
It is.
I want the boot. Das
I
Boot.
like that trophy.
Me
But
too.
And we've been holding on to it since, when's the last time Arkansas beat us?
Oh, don't say it like that, because now it's gonna. What?
Just saying, we've held on this bad boy for a long time.
We've had a lot of
17?
blowing the. When was the last time they beat us in the last couple weeks?
Let me look. I'm about to look it up.
Battle for the Golden Boot. 2019, they left the trophy on the field at Arkansas.
Yeah,
2019,
COVID
they
on
didn't
it.
play at Arkansas. 2019, they played at home.
Oh, that was Ole Miss.
KJ Jefferson was the quarterback at that game, which is crazy.
He's still in college.
That's insane.
That's awesome. Garrett Nussmeier, there's hope.
Oh, no. They lost the Nussmeier game in 21. Forgot about that.
Oh,
When
yeah,
Nussmeier
yeah.
Played.
Jack Vesh.
All right.
So
But before that, the
unfinished
last
business.
Before that, the last one was 2015, which is the linear year after Bama into Arkansas.
I actually
the
did.
crumble.
Didn't they lose in 2014 also?
They did 17-0.
We've had a lot of disappointments in our lives.
Those are two.
But then they started rattling them off. 16,
That's when
they
Coach
beat
O
the
came in.
Right. 16 they win.
He shifted
2017
the
they
narrative.
win. 18 they win. 19 obviously they win. 2020 they found a way to win. Felipe Franks was the quarterback. And then 2021, you just couldn't get out your own way. And then 2022, Perkins wins the game. 2023, 34-31. That was when you first realized your defense was bad. Like real bad. And then they handled him last year, 34-10.
Somebody needs to send Bobby Petrino a blonde
I went to
salmonella
that.
on him like they
You
did
were
to
at that
Jordan
game
in
last
Utah.
year.
That was the best game they played in the Brian Kelly era. Aside from the Alabama game.
Offense was bad last year against Arkansas.
No, it was complete.
No, it wasn't.
That was complimentary
I
football.
don't think we had a best game.
Complimentary football was Oklahoma.
No,
That was complimentary football.
we need AJ Swan back.
I haven't felt happy in 4 years.
They balled against Oklahoma last year. That was the best performance they've ever put together. All 3 phases. You had a kick return.
Oklahoma's
Nussmeier threw 2 deep balls to
Awful last year, though.
Baylor game maybe.
Baylor game. You balled out too.
Baylor game.
That's why we're so excited. Fuck
That's
this,
why we-
man.
Baylor game
God
did all
damn
this.
it.
That's why we were excited. They started to. You were like, oh, I see the vision.
Felipe
Then they spent
Franks
this money
also beat you when he was a quarterback at Florida.
at Florida 2018.
We buy one less
Joe Burrow
receiver.
interception.
We buy one less tight end and spend that money on a tackle.
You did.
But at
That-
the same time, as you needed the tight end, like you needed one. You needed both.
I'd say that one. I'm not thrilled.
Who's Georgia play? Alabama.
No, they've already played.
We're playing the Panthers doing a crossover match.
Let's see.
That'd be fun.
We'll go through the lineup of games. Clemson, Louisville tonight.
Killed me.
Minnesota, Oregon. Yeah, big Big Ten matchup. South Carolina, Texas A&M. Come on, Cox.
South Carolina might do it.
Come on, Cox. They balled out against them last year. Lenore Sellers
A&M's
looked like
A&M's
Cam Newton
got
against
A&M.
A&M last year. Notre Dame, Pitt, obviously.
Game day.
Michigan, Northwestern. Those big time Big Ten matchups. I tell you what, they never stop. They deliver every single Saturday. Unbelievable. Oklahoma
Pat Fitzgerald.
Oklahoma at Alabama.
Oklahoma at Alabama.
Alabama's legit.
They're really not.
No, I mean watching that game last week.
They're
Florida
flawed.
at Ole Miss, and then Tejas at Georgia,
Florida at Ole Miss. Oh, the Lane Bowl.
the Lane Bowl, and then Texas at Georgia.
Texas could get weird. That could happen.
Oh no, the SEC wants Texas to win that football game.
He's trying to get 6 teams in.
We're gonna end up cannibalizing ourselves and getting like 3 in. Though.
I don't care about. I mean,
the hell.
when the Baylor AD stepped
If
down,
I can't go, nobody can go.
I'm not watching.
I don't care.
I hope everybody fails. I don't have anything bad in my head against.
Just want to to be happy, man. Just want to be happy.
Dog, not gonna happen.
God, that stretch from August 30th to like September 5th was maybe the best time period of my life. I was unstoppable. August 30th to September 5th. Nothing could bring me down.
What
LSU
happened?
had just beat Clemson. We had just gotten back from the road trip. We were there with our own two eyes. We witnessed it.
That was fun. Poggy broke his leg.
Poggy.
Poggy.
He almost broke his knees twice.
That was insane.
I let every Clemson fan hear it as we walked out of the stadium.
And they were so polite.
It was so fun to be like just the biggest cock in the room.
And that's what I'm saying. That whole week, like even going into Tech, we were like, we're the best team in the country.
Number
Like,
3.
man.
It should be number 1.
The three real teams we beat are 4-5, 3-6.
Yeah,
and
they were frauds.
What is that? South Carolina, Florida, and Clemson.
Clemson is 4-5, South Carolina is 3-6, and then Florida is
4 and 5.
6-7.
3-6 also.
3-6.
So much for our big signature victories. We
Yeah,
thought.
if this was what college basketball, if you're trying to make the tournament and they look at your quality opponents,
Yeah, we don't have a chance.
yeah, but the names sound good.
Yeah, names sound real good.
All right, well, we'll do it again.
Hey, all right. Hey, let's.
You know what is a big win? Arkansas.
Any win is a big win.
I wish you could like
Go do it. Go
almost tank and get like a draft pick at this point. And you will with Nick
Fortunately,
Saban.
it is
Draft
the
the coach.
it's the exact opposite that's
Draft Nick
historic.
Saban.
College sports. Oh,
Nick
we're off here.
Saban,
All
LSU
right.
football coach. Coming soon. You hear me?
I do like it how mad people get about that.
Nick Saban, LSU football coach.
.com.
It's the